Hi there, my name's Brad. I'm a pharmacy student. What's your name?
Mrs. Jacobson.
Jacobson. Okay, can you tell me what's the reason for the visit today, Miss Jacobson?
Well, I wanted to get a refill for my son, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you about his Pulmicort medication.
Okay, what's your son's name?
Dylan.
Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
How old's Dylan?
3 years old.
And has he been to this pharmacy before?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I have his records.
Yes.
And that's it right here. Perfect. So what's been going on with Dylan?
Well, he's just, I feel like he might not be getting his full dose of his Pulmicort medication because he's having trouble sitting through
Oh, okay. What kind of machine is he using for his Pulmicort?
a nebulizer.
Okay. How long has he been taking that?
About 2 years.
2 years. Was he diagnosed 2
About
years
2
ago?
years ago.
Yeah, so pretty much lifelong.
That-
That's what we've been
yeah,
doing so
yeah.
far. Well, that's awful. How does that make you feel?
It's okay. I mean, he's doing pretty well with the medication. It's just that now he wants to move around more, and I can't really hold him in place to do the machine. I feel like he might not be getting the proper dose, so that's kind of why I'm kind of concerned.
That makes total sense. If he's
Yeah.
moving around, he can't, because it takes a while to do that whole treatment, doesn't it?
Right, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, we can definitely talk. Before we go on, was there anything else that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to need just a few minutes to go over some of his history, and then we can see if we can find a solution, maybe try something different.
Okay, sure.
Can you tell me, obviously he has asthma
Mm-hmm.
and was diagnosed 2 years ago. And does he have any other medical conditions?
No, that's it.
How about allergies?
No allergies.
And these medications here are the only ones he's on right now. He takes the budesonide nebula and the salbutamol nebula.
Right.
Is that right? How does he do with the salbutamol nebula?
That one he doesn't have as much trouble, I feel, because he needs it and he's more willing to sit through it. And it's not as often, so I find that he doesn't have as much issue with that one.
Right. Now, are you using that just as needed then when he seems to have it?
Correct. Yes, that's when he uses it.
How do you know when he's having an attack, or what kind of symptoms does he have?
He starts to wheeze, like he has trouble breathing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you notice that right away, and you can start treatment then at
Right.
that point.
Yeah, yeah.
Has it ever got really bad where you had to stay in the hospital? Or anything?
A year ago, yeah.
Yeah. Was okay. So, how long was his stay?
It was just a day. Like they just gave him some liquid prednisone or something.
Okay.
And I got that filled here.
And no other medications, just the steroid, the prednisone.
Yes,
And then
yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad would you say his asthma is, just on a day-to-day basis?
It's not bad now. Maybe about a 2. Like it's not severe because it's under control. You know?
Okay.
The medications are working pretty well.
Do you know of any triggers that might be causing him to have these attacks?
Yeah, it's activity. He's
Activity.
been running around a lot. Like when he was at Grandma's house last week,
Mhm.
because he gets really excited and
Yeah.
then he's jumping around, and then I find that he has trouble. That's when he has trouble.
That must be troubling for him, obviously.
Yeah,
He's an
I don't
active
like
kid.
to see him, but I don't want him to stop being an active
Yeah.
kid, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
All right. So the biggest issue that you've told me about is the budesonide or the steroid nebule,
Mhm.
and he's not getting the dose that he needs.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
It's getting frustrating for him to use it.
All right. Well, there's some things I'd like to recommend. For both the Ventolin or the salbutamol inhaler, I know you said you enjoyed that, but would you ever think about changing to an MDI, an inhaler with a spacer? That way, he doesn't have to sit there for the long period of time. He can actually get this medication in just 6 breaths.
That sounds like a good idea.
So that'd
Yeah.
be something you'd be interested in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And I'd also like to do that with the budesonide. But the thing is, we can't change it to the drug actually comes in a different inhaler that we can't put on a spacer. And without that spacer, I'm worried that your child won't get the drug he needs. So we'd have to switch to a different drug, which I would have to call the doctor on that.
Oh, sure, but it would work the same, or?
Yes, it would be. It's a very similar drug. We can
Oh.
just make sure it's on the similar dose.
Okay.
And I would just run that by your doctor if that's
Yeah,
okay.
he's there right now if you want to call him.
Sure, I'd gladly call him for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hi, this is Dr. Smith.
hi, Dr. Smith. I'm just visiting or interview with Mrs. Jackson about her son Dylan, who's a 3-year-old asthmatic patient. Has been prescribed budesonide nebules and salbutamol nebules. Mrs. Jacobson is worried that he's not getting the dose he needs just because it takes so long with the nebules. So I'd like to switch him to an MDI plus a spacer. So for the budesonide, I'd like to change drugs to fluticasone and do 50 micrograms BID, two puffs BID.
So 100 BID?
Yes.
Sure, we can do that.
So fluticasone 2 times.
Is there a reason we can't use the budesonide?
Well, we could use the budesonide turbuhaler, but he's
too
so
for
young.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't come as in.
Right, there's no MDI
Sure,
for that.
fluticasone is fine.
So BID for that, and then if we could change the salbutamol to 100 micrograms
Sure, yeah.
2 times daily as well, or sorry, 2 to 4 times daily.
Yeah,
PRN.
the same way as he was taking the pills.
Sure,
Yeah.
4 to 6 PRN. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so I just talked to your doctor, and he's okay with switching those medications.
Oh, that's perfect. Then.
Since we've switched to these medications, it's a totally different setup. So I'd like to go over with how to use the medications.
Please, yeah.
Okay. So your son's 3 years old, Dylan. He's not in here with you today.
He's not.
Okay. We're going to need to use a mask with him, just because he can't probably coordinate the non-mask yet. So.
Yeah, that's fine. I think he's used to having.
Mhm.
Just this will be quicker, right?
Yeah. So both medications now are going to come in something like this.
Okay.
Okay. What you're going to want to do is remove the cap and shake it about 10 times, just to make sure you're getting the propellant mixed around in there. Okay. And then you're going to put it inside. Sorry, on the first time use, you want to prime it first, just to make sure you're getting a mist out. You don't have to do that after the first time.
Oh,
Okay. Then you put it inside the spacer, just like so. Then you're going to discharge when you have it close to his mouth, close to his face. You want to make sure you got a good seal there, so just nice and under the chin and around the nose there.
all right.
I'm going to discharge one spray, and then place this over his face.
Okay.
And you'll notice that there's a flap in there. Can you see that blue flap?
Uh-huh.
That's how you can tell if he's actually breathing in.
Oh, it moves.
It moves, yeah.
Oh,
So you want to see that move about 6 times to know that
okay.
he's got the dose.
Okay.
Okay. At that point, if he needs the second dose, we're going to wait 30 seconds. Okay. And then, same thing, push it down. Okay. Did you want to try setting it up?
That's fine. I understand.
Okay. Some other useful information with this for cleaning purposes. These actually can be washed in your dishwasher. I recommend washing them once a week. Just make sure it's on the top shelf, though. Do you have a really powerful dishwasher or anything?
No.
No, just a normal
regular.
one.
Yeah.
Because I guess in the bottom, there's really powerful ones that can melt this. But
Oh.
on your dishwasher, probably just keep it on the top rack. You should be okay.
Okay.
Okay, and just clean this off with just a rag. Same thing. Never put these canisters inside water or anything,
Oh, okay.
just because it's not good for the medication. You'll notice that on these medications, you have a counter on them, so that you can see when you're getting close to
Oh,
no more
that's
doses
nice.
left. Okay, make sure you shake it up every time. And yeah. What questions do you have for me at this time?
Nothing. That sounds pretty clear. So we can get that all changed then.
Yes, I can get all that gathered up for you. Do you have a healthcare plan or everything?
I
have
do.
that
Yeah.
on record.
Yeah.
The thing with these spacers is sometimes it's not covered directly, so you actually have to take the receipt and submit it in, and they will cover it. At
Sure.
that point.
That's fine. I can.
Okay. All right, we'll get all that organized for you. So, just so you know, we've switched the 2 medications, and we're now doing the inhaler for both. One's a preventative steroid, which you're going to use 2 puffs 2 times a day, so once in the morning and once at night.
Okay.
And the other one is that the Ventolin,
Yes.
the same one as he was before,
Okay.
and that's just as needed,
Uh-huh.
4 to 6 times a day.
All right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's nice meeting you, Mrs. Jacobson, and I wish you the best, and I hope Dylan's asthma is managed well.
Okay. Thank you.